Welcome to the Sprawl Subversion Operation, if I remember correctly, Cat Panther. Although I didn't update the title card for that yet. Welcome back. It's been a brief stint since we last played. Thankfully, we're not going super long at the moment. But we have all the players today, and with that, I'm going to go straight into introductions. Blank, tell everyone about your character and what you're ready to do today.
Hi, I am playing Blank Stare. He's our group's killer. So I am ready to do some killing today, if it's all the same to y'all. And maybe,
probably,
reattach my arm that got blown off by some asshole a couple of sessions ago. We'll see.
I thought I set you up with a doctor to do that. What happened?
Bad things. So many things.
You did set him up with a doctor, and then the doctor needed a favor, which you guys still need to work out as well.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
And he couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it.
Yeah. Max, tell us about your character.
Jim, Vid Wizard. I'm Max Impact. I'm the nope, not the driver. I'm the fixer. Sorry, I was the driver at Pax Unplugged, which was really just my fixer with a steering wheel.
The driver throwing me out the side of the plane, but you know.
Dad, hold on. I cannot help it if you cannot follow basic instructions.
Hey, there were other people in the plane that weren't in the plan.
I feel like there's a story here.
There is.
Fun story.
You gotta watch our intermission episode we did. Yeah. Talks all about it.
Yeah, when you guys the week after PAX, we basically did a rundown of the games we liked, and one of them was telling the overview of our time playing with Hamish, who was an amazing GM. I'd love to see if we can get him on our stream, even as a player.
Yep.
Cool.
But
Sorry, I
yeah,
interrupted.
Back, I'm the fixer. I thought I'd set up, Trip with a, person to fix his arm. Apparently, you take a 1-day vacation.
I assume the rest of these fine players are going to explain to you just how deep of a hole everyone dug themselves into.
Breaking occurred. The dolly was involved. That's all we know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, drinking in the Dalai Lama? What?
Yeah, that too.
Did I hear Dalai? What did you say? Drinking and what?
I said some breaking occurred. The dolly was involved. That's all we know.
The Dolly. Okay, I heard drinking and Dalai Lama.
It's a Futurama
Okay,
quote.
that was close.
Yeah, good enough.
Trip, tell us about your character and what your plans are for this evening.
Trip is the local pusher. He usually does his best to make sure that Blank Stare has all the opportunities he needs to shoot his way out of a situation. And he's got the very important distinction to whether he's going to appease his boss or, achieve a lifelong dream. So we'll see whether that's worth dying for. I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. And finally, Replica. Tell us about your character and what your plans are for this evening.
Hello, I am playing Replica, the group's infiltrator, and following our research last week, I'm hoping to steal a panther.
A cat panther, specifically.
Panther, I think is
Car.
what it was.
Well, yeah.
Car.
Car Panther, that's right. Car Panther.
But there's only one, so...
Yeah, there is only one. Someone's going to have to make some very serious decisions at the end of this. I'm going to preface this game with the fact that I am starting to come down with a cold, because the cold seems to be passing through both my work and my girlfriend. So I have meds. I have everything working for me right now. Oh, did I not? Okay, I did good. I did mirror my camera. So I'm hopefully not going to go all wonky in the entirety of this game, but we'll see. So who wants to be the lucky one to tell Max here what he missed last session?
We did. We talked about the Car Panther.
Well,
We're done.
There was a little more to that.
I don't remember anything other than the Car Panther.
So, yeah. So while you were out, we were going around taking care of some of our own individual businesses and such. Blank Stare got in contact with your doctor, who said, "Sure, I can do this, but first, also you have to pay a whole bunch for it."
Yeah.
And
she was she was under surveillance too, wasn't she? For,
she has some data about her sitting on a Genetifics server, and they're kind of holding it over her.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That data needs to be wiped.
But they were watching her, I believe, too. So anything that I came over, I thought that was part of it. They'd be honest.
No, not Genetifics that watching her. GP is watching her.
GP, that's right.
Yeah.
The only people we haven't pissed. Well, no, that's not true.
Oh no, y'all have pissed GP off.
Never mind.
Including, well, you haven't pissed them off so much as you're owned by them. So added bonus there.
However, after that, we did find I found a rich Silicon Valley billionaire type guy that is very interested in the custom animals that Genetifics is making, such as guard panthers and lap elephants, things like that.
He's specifically named Simon Song. And the one thing you've worked out is he could probably afford to buy everything you guys are about to steal, but likes the excitement of paying you guys to steal it instead. At least that seems to be the vibe he's giving you.
Yeah. So he's expressed interest in us. We just have to, sell his money guy on us being the people for it.
Yep. And Tripp had a secret meeting with his bosses and spent a considerable sum of money to try and smooth out some of the problems you guys had with Shinvex.
Which the first part was very successful.
Yeah, so the clocks have definitely reduced, though you definitely did not get the gear you wanted, and you pissed people off. And certain people may or may not be on your radar as well.
I mean, I feel like for me that was a pretty good job.
Well, you got 2 slots knocked off the clock, so a little bit of life improvements there. And of course, Blank Stare tried to get some more information on his nemesis, and all he did in the process of that was give his nemesis more information on him.
Yeah, I was real successful last time.
Yeah, someone rolled really poorly. And that falls us back on Max. We still have downtime moves for you to do. So, have you looked over the downtime section at all? It's not in the book. It's not in the book. It was a supplemental.
Where did they come from? Was that a supplement or what?
It was a Google Plus document that was sent to it was a PDF sent to the Google Plus group for the Sprawl for downtime moves, and I'm like, ooh, I like this idea. Okay. I'm going to acquire it, as it were.
I'm going to go with no, with the caveat that I have been distracted by cats. I don't know.
Okay, well, I can simplify. I can give you simple rundowns. You can look at the PDF as well. It's on the in the folder for the game. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different moves you could do, all of which cost cred. First is hit the clubs. When you hit the town, spend cred to make a good impression. Roll plus cred spent. On a 10 plus, choose 3 of the items of the list. On a 7 and a 9, choose 1. Befriend an NPC, hear rumors, learn useful information, and you're not tricked, trapped, or cause trouble in the process. Personal business. You spend time and cred in pursuit of your own desires, such as tying up loose ends, on revenge of an enemy. Describe the situation and how you intend to resolve it. Then roll plus cred. On a hit, the MC will tell you how this factors into the next mission and ensure that it is both relevant and important. On a 10 plus, you may take a +1 forward when acting on this information. Deal with a corpse. This is what Trip did, which is spend cred in a deal with a corporation. Roll plus cred spent and name the corp you want to work with. 10 plus, you choose 3. 7 and 9, choose 1. Increase your status with a corp. Avail yourself of corporate assets. Ask the MC a question that the corp would be able to answer. Gain an audience with corporate executives and ask a favor of them. A rival corporation does not hear about your dealings. Seek a handler, which is what Replica did with finding Simon Song. Flash around cred to seek a sponsor. Roll plus cred spent. You attract the notice of one of the following. Comes with a list of different types of benefactors that come available. Put down roots is basically find yourself a headquarters. And then home improvement is to improve said headquarters.
Well, that's going to be probably fairly easy, given that I only have 1 freaking cred.
You should have gotten... You did 2 as your bid? Am I right?
No, he did 3.
Oh, then you should add 9 more to that.
9 more?
Y'all got paid.
Yeah, we got paid.
I don't remember getting the extra pay, but I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah. At the end of the mission, when you get paid, and you do the get paid roll, and you guys successfully did that one, because you had surprisingly a lot of time left on the clock there.
So give you 6 seconds. Talk among yourselves for a moment.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run upstairs.
Ah, crap. I don't see him for 6 days. Okay, downtime moves. Ooh, Jesus, that's tiny. Roll plus. So it's just a roll plus however many creds I spend?
Yep.
Does anything take any of our, like, style or any of that?
Nope, it is all based on spending money.
So put down roots you invested creds and status to control somewhere. Okay. Well, I think, you know what? I think I'm going to start by hitting the club.
Okay. So, tell me about the club that Max would be floating around.
It's called the Downtown Library. It's in an old, what was probably once a turn of the century library.
Mm-hmm.
But it's now become this industrial, techno nightclub.
So, based on the name, I assume it's kind of in the SF downtown area?
Yes.
Which means it's probably it being an old building at the base of much taller buildings that have built in and around and over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see the decor. Kind of industrial feel, but they kept most of the library aesthetic in it.
Yep. There's lots of columns, and the walls and stuff look very, mid-century or whatever. That from the built in the teens and 20s, 1920s, 1930s. But it's big open area, and like they've taken out part of the floor, the second floor, and it's got a rail so you can see down, and maybe the third floor's even got a smaller room.
And then, like, the built-up study rooms all got converted into VIP lounges.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Does it still have books and stuff on the shelves?
What's that?
Does it still have books and stuff on the stacks, like at the on the.
Oh yeah. They're all
definitely.
like glued down. They're all like glued or nailed down. But yeah, they're still embracing, and they call the place the downtown library. They're still embracing the fact that they were a library in the aesthetics along the walls and stuff.
And then all along the walls, there's just AR passages from different books kind of float along the walls.
Yeah.
So how much money are you spending while you're flashing and making a good impression?
You know what? I'm going to start with 10. I'm going to start with 4.
Ooh, spending money. Remember, you got to have some to bid for the next mission.
Well, yeah.
Just as a warning.
So I'll turn, mark down 4. So, and then is there a cred roll somewhere? Or
just /R 2d6 plus 4.
What?
So in the chat box, type in /R.
Right. I need to be in the other /R
space 2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4. Not bad. Got a 9.
Looks like I need to refresh because I didn't see a thing. So on a 9, you get to choose one in that list.
Let's see.
Ah, there it is.
I'm gonna say that I found a cool gadget.
Okay, so
It'll be gear. Do I need to define it now?
no, you can take +1 gear and you can use it during the mission. So you're hitting the clubs, you flash around a lot of cash, and as you're doing so, you wheel and deal. You slide into one of the VIP rooms, and it's a Rytel Cybernetics, like their owned room. They have that room booked basically forever. And there's a deal going down, and in the process, you slip in, they start talking to you about it. They go, they pass you a box and say, hey, check this out. Let me know what you think. You can define it as you will. In the process, there are some well-dressed but very kind of burly. You would look at them and go, wow, they are very fancily dressed, but they also look very dangerous. You can tell based on their suit that they are probably either very well augmented with cyberware or heavily armed. You're not sure which, because the bulges in the suit just don't really line up with a person. And they kind of give you a glance as you go in and out of that Rytel booth, and you see one of them note something down, but doesn't actually engage with you at all as you're heading out.
I will keep heading out.
This is going to be a very messy mission.
Oh yeah. So, who is going to reach out to Max and let him know about Simon?
Simon says.
I think I would do that, as since I had met Simon.
Yeah.
So I'll catch you probably shortly after you've, or sometime after you've done that, your stuff in the club, when you're free after that.
Probably out having ramen or something and drinking something.
Yeah, so I'll call you up.
Relax.
Hey Max, this
Hey.
how's stuff? Did you get your whatever personal stuff you're up to taken care of?
I think so. It looks like it.
I ran into someone the other day that might be offering us work, but I don't know an awful lot about them. And I'm wondering if, from your contacts and things like that, you may know more than the bit I was able to pick up from our in-person chat.
I know a guy. Well, I know a girl who could probably get us some information.
All right. So this guy, and I'll send you a picture of him. His name is Simon Song, and he is interested in lots of historic experiences and things, and might.
I hear a car panther. Did anybody?
You guys, you can't see her because of the screen, but she said right over
there.
my shoulder. I can see her on the camera. She's like, meow. Like, at me. I don't know why she's sitting on that table meowing at me. She's never done it before. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, no worries. So with that bit of that, he might reach out to us. One of his people might reach out to us, but I'd like to be on a little bit more of a informed, balanced state when that happens. So if you got some information gathering preferences, that would be very helpful.
You know what? I know a girl. But I gotta ask. Well, okay. Here's the thing. What's the oldest picture on your data pad? Like physically oldest.
The oldest picture on my data pad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a outfit reference from a job a couple years ago. Why do you need that?
She collects. Oh, she collects old images. That's generally what she charges. Is she collects old images. I don't know what she does with them, but it's something. It's like her obsession. I've traded away. I've traded copies of a couple of childhood pictures. One of my mom and my dad. So, if you have any kind of genuine like old, like something from a family album or from a family vacation, she finds them valuable.
Yeah, let me look through my stuff and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, I'll reach out to her and see what she's requesting.
All right.
Okay. So now I get to make my roll for my contact.
You also have the option to do another downtime move. Most everyone did 2. You're welcome to just stick with 1. You did dump a lot of money in that one.
Let me look at the PDF. Kind of wondering about spending some creds to do another hit the clubs but I already get to create a new contact. So
yeah.
Would you allow me to spend a couple of creds to augment my style roll on my for this new contact? That's one of the things you can do with Hit the Clubs is befriend an important NPC and add him as a contact. But since I can add a contact, would you let me bolster my build a contact roll?
Well, there is no build a... Well, I guess there's a build a contact roll for your special power.
Well, I have to roll a style roll to see...
Yeah, if you're not just going to declare a contact, which you can also do.
Right, but I let me get to it real quick. There is. Oh, that's basic. What do you do? Oh, here we go. Oh, I was gonna find out what my. I was gonna look and see what the actual description of this move is.
And for people actually looking to buy stuff, make sure to check the page 128, 129, the fair prices of things. That'll give you an understanding when you're like buying gear and whatnot. Say, I don't know, hardware. When you're spending money, that's the kind of stuff you're spending it on. Or if you're buying, say, I don't know, the services of something. But as far as spending cred to augment your role, considering it's a special situation, I will let you spend a max of 2.
Yeah, because it says I know people is my move.
Yeah.
Then, right. So, okay. So I will spend. Let's just gonna make basically when I make my style roll, I get a 2 forward. Come on.
Yeah.
If
you spend 2 cred, you'll have spent 6 for your downtime.
Right. Why is it not letting me make a style roll? What the hell's going on? Let me try doing this. Oh, here it is. It's because it put the forward in the wrong place.
Aha.
Okay.
There you go. You didn't even need to spend that cred.
That just makes her. I think with your permission, I think that I would like you to use that extra bit to make a little extra background on. I'm calling her Siren.
Okay.
Basically, she's a hacker that has basically an obsession with learning about people.
All right.
She not only wants to learn, like when I'm like, hey, can you tell me what you can find out about this person? Like, I'll get a dossier that may include the last 2 weeks plus, 3 months of their childhood. Like, it'll just be like this hodgepodge of over their life of stuff of like, this isn't really what I needed. This isn't what I needed, but it's stuff like she's got this obsession with knowing as much as she can about somebody when she's learning about them.
All right. I will accept with the 2 cred. It will count as your spend for when you do a hit the streets roll. I think you actually get her to do something.
Repeat that.
So with hit the streets, normally when you're asking someone to do something for you, it will typically cost them money, or it'll typically cost you money. With how good you rolled, I will cycle that cred spend over to your hit the streets roll to count as you're paying out for that.
Well, I still got to come up with a really nice picture for her.
Yeah, that can come later.
So
So
maybe just found one for you.
What was that?
It's a hacker.
Yeah.
Man, linking
Basically,
in.
she's a hacker, but she specializes in bio data. She doesn't do a lot of corporate systems, but like she specializes in people and in learning about people.
Okay.
That picture is right up Max's alley.
Yep.
What picture?
I linked it in Discord. See if you like that. Because I was looking for a picture for a contact I wanted to come up with. Well, it was potentially.
That is probably an excellent picture.
Here's another This one might be a good one to keep in our bank for somebody else later. Sorry, they're just kind of derailing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that first one's probably about right. Like, yeah, I like the first one, and I sorry, Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Somebody fell out of the building behind me. I don't know what the hell that was. So weird. I was in this club, we were talking, and all of a sudden this guy fell past the window.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So.
Yeah. So her name is Siren. I will reach out and give her the information, Simon's name, and then let her know that I promise to provide her with something new and unique on the photo front.
So do a hit the streets roll, and I'll give you a +1 forward with how good of the roll.
I don't have a straight sheet up. What's it based on? Oh wait, hit the streets is this one.
Yep,
And you
it's
said
also
+1
style.
forward?
Yep.
Not 10, 1.
9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. So, with hit the streets, I've forgotten what all information you get out of that. I don't know why I'm doing it this way.
It's actually, the volume is all the way off. Why did it even make a noise?
Well done. Well done.
Okay, now it's going to vibrate. And literally, look, the ringer is all the way, like, come on, pop up. Like, off. It's like, stupid Wilhelm scream still comes through.
All right. So, what information do you want about Simon?
I'm gonna help the group. I would like the groups, I'd like the co-players here to help me know what we're looking for, especially James, Replica, and whoever else is involved in this job.
I don't know how much you want to dig into Simon, since you're gonna have to dig into Genetics soon too. But regardless, you're more than welcome to dig into Simon. He could have suspicious things behind him as well. He is a new contact to you guys, so I leave that up to you. Oops.
So, mainly what I wanted from it was just to get some more background information on him, and from a higher level thing, that was to bring Max to into this stuff involving him, since we've already got buy-in from Trip and I think Blank Stare.
Yeah, he's in. He's kind of salty because of previous things, but he's in.
Well, yeah, you gotta be able to afford your new arms, man.
Does Simon have any influence over high-ranking members of Shinvax?
So I'm gonna give you guys 3 questions about him.
Okay, then maybe like what's his connection, and or how did he make so much money? Like, where did that? I'm assuming that connection and money here are going to be, 1A, 1B kind of thing.
I'll put it to you guys. Where do you guys think Simon got his money from?
So
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, among other things, he's got to be a venture capitalist or venture capital guy. That puts his hand in pretty much whatever, floats the boat.
So is he more old money or new money?
I don't know. His personality, he comes off as a trust fund kid. Like, I could see him doing that now. That's his current gig, is he's doing venture capital stuff. Probably like weird, quirky stuff. But just for the way he came off, as he was like, he could be idle. He's just...
He's bored.
Because it popped into my head. I what if some of his money, some of his start was from, spouses that died under suspicious circumstances?
So
Like
he married into
Panther
old money.
attacks.
He married into old money. Spouse died. Married a friend of his spouse. A couple years later, she suspiciously disappeared. And suddenly he's rolling in the money, and nobody can prove whether or not anything's happened.
That's seemingly what the data seems to show. You find that he's had a string of well-to-do wives, most of which within 5 years of his association seemingly passed away. All of the information seems to point that they were all of natural causes. It's a little suspicious, but nothing is concrete as to any of that. So the most you get is he's married into old money and has become the old money decadent he seemingly wanted to become.
When Trip finds this out, he spends the next half hour like putting long hair on all of the like Shinvac CEOs and seeing which one of them would be the prettiest that he could try to like set up with Simon.
Yeah, you do find that right now he is not connected to anyone other than his PA, which is male. Is the only known specific associate. He's got like acquaintances, and he's on pretty much every VIP list known to man, but he has no direct connections to anyone other than his PA. And for record, his PA's name is James Moore, because we need another Jim in this game. Which you all note that this evening you have a scheduled appointment with him to actually get the details of what Simon wanted, which will do the get the job role at that point. But from there, is there anything else you want to learn about Simon? Or for that matter, is there anything else you want to tell me about Simon? And if there's anything weird, I will happily clarify it.
He just seems to meow a lot. It's strange. I don't know.
He's gonna what?
He's very meowy.
Yep.
I had it on mute the whole time during the conversation. Didn't make it sound. As soon as I clicked mic off, I was like, really, that's what you're gonna do? Look, she's sitting there all quiet, like she's all curled under. Her paws are all curled under, and she's sleeping, and then suddenly she meows out of the blue.
Yep.
She apparently wants to be part of this game. So everybody say hi to Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. You could be our driver. We don't have one of those.
Yeah.
It's our
She
car
can guard-
Panther.
She can guard the cars while we're on our missions. This is
Yeah. Cougar, ultimate car alarm system.
So I will give you his associations with most of the main players. He has a suite on the Alpha X, their first space station they put up. He has been known to associate with GP whenever he needs a guard detail, which even if he needs a guard detail, he tends to get less than he normally should. He briefly had a stint on the Shinvec's board of directors, but got bored of it really quickly. Other than using Tepco Dow's shipping facilities for his hobbies, he hasn't really been known to associate much with Tepco Dow, though from time to time several of his homes will have automated semis from Tepco Dow dropping off like full-on big cargo containers of stuff. Other than your job, he seems to have no connection to Genetics, but obviously he got information about what's going on there, but he has more money than sense, so that is that one. C Squared, he has the same associated with C squared that he does with Tepco DAO as far as moving items. He uses C squared's facilities to. Your records have shown that he uses C squared's facilities to sometimes shuffle things onto the Alpha X station on the down low. So he's amassed some sort of orbital collection that he's kind of sneaking under the radar. His only association with Rytel is he uses their products pretty heavily. He has some very fancy cybernetics on him. And I think that covers all of our corporations, unless I'm mistaken. And that's the story of Simon. Is there anything else you guys want information on before we shift gear and move to your meeting with Mr. Moore?
Doesn't someone have a busted up arm we need to get fixed?
Like, hold it up, just sparking.
Yeah.
The hole right here.
Leg stare. You still got a busted arm?
Yeah, I still have a busted arm.
What? Okay, what happened with Dr. Sparrow? I sent you over there.
I called her, and I tried to set up a meet, and apparently she had something else going on, and she needed our help with something, and she's on GP's radar, so she said that she could do it, but she's going to have to charge me double. Or was double? Well, it was plus. It was extra. I don't think she specified extra. She said it'd be extra for the rush job.
Yeah.
So we owe her a favor either way, but I was trying to stay off of GP's radar, so I figured going to her might not be the best thing at the moment.
She does a pretty good job of avoiding GP.
She didn't get into details. I don't think it was a very secure line.
So,
yeah, the notes you got from her was that GP has been covering a lot of things going on around where she sets up shop, to the point to which she's even been, let's not say press ganged, but convinced to assist them in medicing and helping them out from time to time.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't sound good.
May or may not be related to whatever Genetics has on her.
Well, I know what Genetics has on her.
Well, do tell. No, that is not what Genetics has on her.
Well, that's when we...
Well, that might be
the only thing.
part of what Genetics has on her. They, but those eyes are Rytel's eyes, so...
Were they Rytel's eyes?
They were Rytel's eyes. They were Rytel's prototype.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, so no, I apologize. Yes.
That's right.
I forgot. Not Genetics for Rytels. They're prototype Rytel.
I mean, Genetics might have the information that she did the procedure to put them in you. They might not have the information that it was you that it was put into, but...
Oh, I'm assuming they don't have that, or somebody be knocking at my front door.
Well, that's entirely possible regardless, but that's why you have a GP hit on your head.
Well, it sounds like we might want to take a little quick side mission and bail her out, or...
Well, conveniently, the job that Simon gave all of you was breaking into a Genetics facility.
Right. So maybe we can figure out what Genetics has on her. We could get rid of... We could help her out.
So, is there anything else you want to do for the Simon roll? Or I can leave it as a plus... Wait, you get an option with... Since you did the... where is it? The hit the street? Since you did a 10 plus, you're welcome to a plus intel or a plus gear.
I'll do a plus intel on that one.
Okay. I won't make it specifically about Simon, but it will have to be related to Simon and this mission.
That's fine. That makes perfect sense. I still have my gear from my earlier roll. It's not related to that.
Yep.
Some cool device.
That is a cool device. You are welcome to define that as needed when it comes up. So, fast forward. You get your information from Siren. She gives you a nice printout. She's very happy to see Replica's weird reference photo that she's like, well, this is a strange one. I'll add it to the collection.
I think it would actually be from a date that I had with Maya many years back. As I, understanding now what it was that was needed, that's the thing I provide.
Oh, Siren very appreciates that, and you get a very Max gets a very nice, happy thank you note in the process.
It's very badly bowling.
Before signing off, and you get the this connection no longer exists as it fades out. Fast forward from there, it's the evening. You are summoned to a penthouse suite on the edge of a arcology green zone, kind of in the North Bay. This is like Marin. It's fancy. It's up in the hills. It has a view, like you can step out onto the deck, and it has a view of all of the downtown spires across the water. As much as water as there is left that's not actually covered by Sprawl, because there's buildings sprouting out of the water here and there as well. But you get a nice reflection where there aren't buildings. It is immaculately clean. You are all flown in, or I'll let you guys define how you want to land in it, but James recommended it a chartered flight to their landing pad, and that option was available to you.
Kind of like an Uber to their landing pad?
Well, a executive class Uber that they're, paying for.
Sure.
So it's like one of those rented limo services.
Yeah.
Basically.
Only it flies.
Is this a smoking or non-smoking flight?
It is they're paying them enough not to care what you're doing, provided you're not actually damaging the ship.
As long as there's shitty sake, I'm there.
Hey Shane,
I think.
you can tilt your are you able to tilt your camera down some?
Is that better?
I will know in a second. Right now, you were back to being just a bobblehead.
I think.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay, good. I think Trip is like anxiously, now that he knows that this Car Panther mission is happening, is like tapping his foot the whole time and his legs going, and he keeps just like chain smoking these like half cocaine cigarettes to try to like calm himself down. But as soon as he finishes one, he like pulls out another one, and it's just like, and like it's to the point where like the I'm assuming there's some sort of like stewardess who's just kind of like staring at him a little bit, like as this like asteroid just like gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the pile in it.
Well, I mean, if it's a limo type service, it's probably not a stewardess, but the driver's probably looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? And as a matter of fact, I'm looking at you like, what the hell are you doing?
The driver is not hearing firearms discharges or seeing any flickering of actual legitimate flames going off in the background of his vehicle, so he's not caring one bit as you're flying over the city.
I'm just kind of like, we're in the back of this car. I was like almost like limo style, like we're all together. Dude, WTF?
The Car Panther. You don't understand.
Oh, I understand.
Is that a code?
I know. No, Trip would like an actual Panther to ride shotgun in his car.
Miniaturized Panther.
Yes.
A miniaturized Panther to ride shotgun.
Well, okay, so the Car Panther is a subset of the Guard Panthers that's been developed by Genetafix, but there's only one.
Yeah, it is genetically engineered to be the perfect size
For a car.
Do you know how badass it would look in the car?
Okay, let me.
Plus, who you can leave that car anywhere unlocked. No one's gonna come up and mess with your car if there's a Panther inside of it.
Well, I mean, the Panther's 3 inches tall, probably. I mean, you just like thump.
No, it's not a tiki statue-sized panther.
And it's been genetically modified to be super loyal, but also super vicious to people breaking into the car.
Yeah, don't get a haircut and just like come back all of a sudden it doesn't recognize you. Mingles your face.
I'm pretty sure their sense of smell would be able to identify me even with a haircut.
Have you seen some of the oils they use on your hair after you get a haircut?
So I can't.
or maybe
going without a haircut.
Or maybe the
so.
bio enhancements that are built into the system, the new genetic code can actually sniff DNA.
There we go.
My
That's
question,
what Trip says.
here's my question. Okay, I'll go with you on that one. I'll take that right along. First question: do you have any idea where this lone single prototype car-sized panther or passenger-sized panther is?
Well, I mean, I know, but I'm just gonna call for it until I find it.
Start with no. Stop there.
It should be with the rest of the animals that we're stealing.
Yeah, we got to steal a bunch of animals anyway. This is just one more.
Start with no. Now then, second question. Under what circumstances do you think that this car panther-sized car... I don't even like the name Car Panther. It's got to have a better name. Mini Panther?
No, Car Panther.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm gonna have to show you the trademark filing paperwork that they put in.
Well, they don't even have cars. It'd have to be a vehicle Panther or a VTOL Panther or,
I think they were going for that retro throwback branding that's so popular right now.
Okay, so Car Panther, whatever aside, we're on our way to meet a guy to get details about the job. Do you think that there is any chance that this Car Panther is at our destination?
No, but if anyone...
Fuck out!
You see him, he's got one that he just lit, and he, takes one huge breath, and, the whole thing kind of, shrinks out, and then he puts it out, he's like, fine! And it's like a puff of smoke coming out.
Now the real kicker is, have you told any of your compatriots the fact that your boss wants it?
No, which is why I'm so stressed out about this.
I'm just like, what? I'm just like, what are you smoking over there? Literally, what are you smoking?
And I'm like, I pull out they're the special case, and it's the tobacco cot blend that's so popular right now.
So I take I take the package to look. What is it? I'm looking at the package. What the fuck is he smoking?
It's tobacco blended with this addictive cocaine-esque drug that's grown in North Africa.
You find that it's actually one of those boxes of fake cigarette candy that
it's just sugar.
He's somehow magically been able to convince is actually a cigarette.
So he's
smoking future.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's smoking sugar.
Yeah, that mystical substance they're making with tobacco there is called sugar. Hey, back to him.
So, who is the lucky one who is going to get the job?
Let's get the...
I think I should roll anything ever again, ever.
It's Edge.
It's Edge. I have +2 forward in that.
Wait, yeah, I am not the one to roll for Edge.
Well, you have a +2
No,
Edge, rather.
Yes.
So if he's calmed down enough by the time we get there.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Max's pep talk, that might be it. I think that's another +1, isn't it?
No.
Wait, I do have No, I don't have it. But could I
a links roll.
Could I add a link to Trip?
You are welcome to try and do links as you're setting up to land the...
Oh yeah, thanks for nothing. We rolled links for you for that doctor roll because we figured you would do that, and it didn't help shit last time.
It was some bad luck.
Yeah.
All right.
So the VTOL craft folds down, comes in for a landing. That's definitely not going to be a bonus.
No, that was for blank stare.
Oh. Okay, you need to roll the right one then. Settles in for a landing. You get the nice chunk feeling as it settles onto a solid platform that slides into the building. As the ship is rotated as such to set it so that it can just take off and go straight back out again. And the doors open and
I know you're used to this stuff.
Like the most nondescript man is waiting in a suit, like framed glasses, has a data pad you expect a PA to have. 8, so you're implicated, but you do get the bonus, which is a +1.
Okay.
Is there and goes, gentlemen, excellent. I want to get this out of the way as quickly as possible. Come inside.
All right, I'm rolling.
I'm just gonna sit there for a moment till he looks back. You didn't say Simon Says. Sorry. And then I'll get him followed. Sorry.
I know you're used to all this fancy stuff, Trip.
Moore just rolls his eyes.
But I really like seeing this weird, fancy turnaround crap they've got. You know, for the idle rich people.
Trip. It's like he's just like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's all right.
When you step out of the ship into the garage, it's like supercar heaven. You're surrounded by a bunch of very classic supercars, like old school Ferraris, like 50-year-old Ferraris, which would be kind of near modernish right now. Some even older than that. There seems to be a hover bike on one side that's this sleek, black, angular looking thing. There's a bunch of other... There's an Alpha X self-driving car prototype. There's like 3 other prototypes. You're like, wait, I didn't realize Gakito Prime made a self-driving or its own vehicle. What is this nonsense? You're like, where did he get all this stuff?
They only made 5 of those.
What are you talking about? They only made that one car.
Do you want me to roll for this now?
Yes. Ooh, good roll. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so get the job. You get to choose 3 from the list. Plus intel, plus gear. The job pays well. The meeting doesn't attract attention. The employer is identifiable is not something that you already know the employer, so that one's not necessary.
I mean, I think we all enjoyed the pays well part from last time, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. Pays well, then that's 1. I mean, with our luck, I feel like we should go with this meeting is not identified, but...
Yeah, we have enough collateral problems going on that we should avoid adding more to that for now.
Probably a good plan.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
And then we need 1 more.
Intel or gear?
Can he take pays well again, so it pays very, very well?
It actually does specify you can only take 1 each.
The whole point is to have desperation. That's the whole point of this game.
Wait. If we take desperation, could we get paid a second time?
No. You guys already have desperation in spades. I'm not going to get you to pay any more than that.
So
we have a free intel spot still from last time, right? So maybe gear.
Do you still have free intel?
I thought we had one.
From Jim's or from Max's earlier roll.
Yeah, you have the one intel from the Simon information.
Right. I would say let's take gear, because I'd be willing to bet having something gear specific to this job is probably not a bad idea.
Yep. All right.
On hover bike.
So nothing untoward happens as you're ushered inside. You're brought to this room that is part lounge, part conference room. So it has a nice, big, elegant table with a view out to the balcony. He presses a button and brings up the display of the Genetics research and development facility that he is asking about, and says, "Gentlemen, here's a location I need you guys to go to."
Real quick, is there, since you said it's part lounge, part conference room, is there one of those like really nice like either mobile or anchored wet bar with decanters of
There is, but there's seemingly a 3-inch bulletproof glass panel between you and it, with a nice little well, there is no visible way to move that piece of glass. You assume, based off of given data, that it requires Simon to be in the room, and probably has either some sort of genetic marker or genetic tag, biometric sensor that detects he's there, in which case then it opens.
In the room?
No, he is not. You are only in the room with the PA.
Okay, well, as the PA starts talking, basically I'll be like tapping on the glass to see if I can get it to like enough to like makes him stop talking as I'm like tap tap tap.
Yeah.
Tap.
When you tap on it, it's not the typical clink 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 you expect out of glass. It's literally thunk thunk thunk. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna like keep tapping around to see if I can find maybe basically I'm trying to annoy him enough that he opens this thing so I can get a drink.
Oh, he clicks a button on his little presenter device, and a panel slides open in the table, and up rises 4 different bottles, each of which is either your favorite drink or your common drink. I'll let you guys explore which is which.
So
it's
like
the turpentine sake for blank stare.
What was that?
Literally in the same turpentine jug.
So there's like a bottle of scotch or a bottle of gin or whatever our favorite or common drink is.
Yes.
Okay, and I assume there's glasses and ice and.
Technically speaking, it is already served in a glass when it shifts up.
Well, I
the
have no
bottle
idea
is there too, but
Except for mine.
yeah,
Mine's in the jug.
Yours comes with a bendy straw in the jug.
And it is room temp, like how he likes it.
So he pushes it table opens. This tray comes up. It's got like a bottle of scotch and a glass with ice and scotch already in it. Is there more ice? Like, is there an ice bucket there?
You don't see one, but you assume there's probably a way to get it. Your glass is sitting on a pad that you think if you put the glass on the pad, it would refill it back up. You wouldn't even need to pick the bottle off the table. As I very nearly dropped my cold brew coffee brewing device down.
Okay, well, I'll test this by shooting what's in the glass and set it back on the thing and see what happens.
It seems to fill from the bottom. And there's no visible way because it looks like a regular tumbler.
Yeah, so I just look at him and like, you were saying, building?
Anyways, he clicks the next thing. Here's an itemized list of everything that my employer is looking for. He wishes to find one of the miniature elephants that they have in stock right now. I believe they call them lap elephants. There are 2 guard panthers on site from what we were told that we are looking for. We've heard that one of you is desirous of the Car Panther, so he is happy to let that go.
Trip has just a wry smile on his face now.
To which you're like, wait, how does he know I want that?
That does flash across Trip's mind, but then it's overwhelmed by the thought of maybe he can actually pull this off and get it.
He might know your boss wants it, is what he might know.
He's he clicks the next thing. I've heard something about a codename Cerberus is also one of the projects they're working on, and it has a wireframe, so they don't have any like actual pictures of it, but it really does look like it's a 3-headed dog that's the size of a person.
Excellent.
What else would you call Cerberus?
Spot.
I kind of want that.
You see a little flash like data points of potential genetic detection, facial recognition, viciously loyal is one of the bullet points that comes up. He clicks through again, and there is a strangely kind of up to hip level sized giraffe. And then
That's not called a lap giraffe. What?
No, because I don't think you'd want it sitting in your lap because the head would come up to like here.
So it's
yeah, basically, it's going to be the newest craze. They're assuming, and Simon wants to get it before everyone else does because he wants to look cool. He wants to walk it out at one of the parties he goes to just to be like, hey, check this out. There's a couple of other pets of which I will let each of you describe one.
Well, there's a bathtub hippo.
Damn it!
Oh.
Hippo, no. Bathtub hippo does pretty good. Maybe like small enough that it floats around like a bath toy.
Yeah, he's friendly. He's a friendly hippo.
Yeah,
Like hippos are vicious.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah, like eats little it'll eat little bits of soap and blow bubbles.
Little white round balls. That's just what it eats.
Yeah. You get 4 of them, but if you put 4 of them in the tub, they're incredibly vicious. Everything in the tub.
Yeah.
People.
All right, give me 2 more, and then I think that'll be enough for you to have to try and figure out how to wrangle them.
We need a bird of some sort.
I was going to suggest the Fantasy Tressum, which is a cat with bird wings.
Ooh, I like that.
Because they're doing all kinds of genetic stuff to make the Cerberus, apparently. That's another possibility.
Yeah, I could see that. Sorry, I don't want it flying over me. Can you imagine that kind of... Imagine that pigeon poop.
Pigeon poop. Imagine the hairball that falls out of the sky.
We need a reptile.
I was gonna say I think they have a snake that.
No, they've made a dragon. They've managed to like crossbreed iguanas and stuff. They actually have a little baby. It doesn't really have wings per se, but it's a little like it. They're calling it a dragon.
Well, I was gonna say that it was a snake that like would kind of like change or wrap around you, so it could be a necklace or a bracelet. So it's like a fashion device that you could wear like out with you.
Not it's a snake crossbred with a chameleon.
Yes.
That knows how to do like fancy jewelry style chameleon
Colors.
Yep. Chameleon snake.
That's actually pretty good. Especially given what we're, bathtub hippo and car panther. Yeah. Bolo snake doesn't seem like a bow tie snake doesn't seem that so much of a stretch. You got car panther. We're definitely doing bow tie snake.
Yep. All right. That's the list. That's all of the itemized information we've been able to get from our sources within Genetifics. Beyond that, I leave how you transport it up to you. He clicks another frame and you get a shot of a... it looks like a frat house, kind of in a nice part of town, but it wireframes in and you see that it's a frat house on the outside and a basically zoo on the inside that he's converted out. There's a like loading dock entrance, and that's the expected drop off point. And he sends all this information to all of your data devices.
So, no truck, no cages, no tranquilizer darts, nothing.
You guys took a plus gear. You're more than welcome to use that on any of those things. The rest of the stuff you guys are going to have to source.
He is hiring ostensibly professionals.
Yes. Whether or not you guys actually are, different story. But
Well, a professional what? I'm not a professional Steve Irwin. Okay, I'm not. A
you've got
professional
connections. You've got connections.
He's sending us with a shopping list to one of the most secure buildings in the freaking city. It's not like it's like, oh, go give me this one thing. It's like, hey, I'd like one of these and one of these, and if you can get one of these, great. If you get one of these, and then while you're at it, can you make me ham and cheese on rye? Because fuck, why not? Make a sandwich. It's probably going to be the easiest thing we can do in the building.
And then you see his kitchen panther.
I've got a kitchen flamingo. I'm good on sandwiches. Flamingo.
You look over at the wet bar, and behind this glass is a flamingo pouring drinks. Literally with the beak going.
Does the bottle of scotch that's behind my glass actually lift off this thing?
When you reach for said bottle of glass, it flickers, and you realize it's just a holo projection.
Mother puss bucket.
Look,
Except for the only thing that's not a holo
Mind.
projection that's a bottle is the turpentine bottle.
But every time I down it
Well-
and I set it back down, it refills the jug.
Yes.
Are you drinking turpentine?
It's okay. It's rice-based turpentine.
Are we peeling paint later? Why do you need to be drinking turpentine?
they should get sake from before.
Have you seen my arm lately?
I don't think turpentine's going to make a difference. Okay, yeah. Can we throw that in? Do you have anybody who can fix his arm? Look, I'm not going to ask for a bird cage or a panther cage or tranquilizer dice. Could you at least hook us up with a Sparky over here stops shorting out every time he tries to snap his fingers?
More clicks a button and looks at his list and goes, from what I'm aware, you already know someone who can help you out with that. We're paying you
Quite well.
for the job we're asking you to do. Beyond that, your means are your means.
Okay. Well, I'll set my glass down, refill it one more time, chug it, refill it one more time. Might as well leave drunk.
We got work
Ahead
to
of
do.
you.
Can you do your work drunk?
I hope so. I'm very rarely sober.
I kill better when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I expected that, but
James gives a subtle nod and then steps back towards one of the exits and goes, unless there's anything else, gentlemen?
all right.
Oh, the PA?
Yeah, the PA.
I
I'm
think
good.
Yeah.
I basically refill the glass and then walk out towards the vehicle with the glass. I'm not actually going to take it. I'm going to set it down along the way, but
Yeah, the PA walks out a different exit, and as soon as he walks out of the exit, the door seems to no longer be there. It just becomes a blank wall, and the only exit you guys have is back to the garage.
All right. So this is going to be an interesting thing.
is there anybody like following us out or anything?
Nope.
Sorry. I apologize, Jimmy. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just asking if there's anybody like it's just the four of us and walking back to the garage. There's nobody like no robots, no people, no
Nope.
butler.
There is just the driver waiting for you back in the garage.
All right. Well, I can take the car Panther back in my car from this mission.
Well,
I don't know how we're gonna get the rest of them out, but
No, I know someone who can help with this. So I'm going to declare a contact.
You know a zookeeper?
Actually, yes. Yes. Zookeeper who does or animal control specialist for exotic animals. Although mostly the exotic animals they're talking about are like just regular exotic animals like monkeys and things like that. But but he also has a substance problem. So which I've helped out with in the past. So
what kind of substance problem? I'm wondering which one of us shouldn't come to visit him, whether it's me or Max or maybe you should go visit him.
So flash forward, you guys get into the VTOL craft. You lift off. He flies you back to. I don't know. You guys gonna run a base of operations, or is he dropping you off each at your own little place to do your research?
So, just for flavor, was this guy? Is this a employee of Simon Says?
The driver or the PA?
The driver, the car and the driver.
Yeah, the driver is of the employee of Simon.
Okay, so as we got out of the car, and then again, this is just for flavor because it's funny. Basically, as I finished my drink, I basically like dumped the ice out and literally just like underhand lobbed the glass at the driver and go, "Hey, take care of that for me, would you, Skippy?"
He almost supernaturally catches it, not even looking.
Yeah.
Rolls down the window of the cockpit, tosses it back out, and it lands on a.
This was before we got in the vehicle. Like we were walking out of the garage.
Oh, he was sitting in the cockpit.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought he was standing. The way you understood it, he was standing out there waiting for us to get out.
Oh no, the ship was the craft was waiting for you.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have
with
thrown
the doors
it.
Open.
I thought he was standing beside, like he was like a normal driver standing outside the vehicle watching us arrive, so that he would know we were all in.
So
I'm not really waiting for launch.
So counter flare, you toss the glass back instead.
Yeah.
And you don't hear it come crashing to the ground. If you turn around and look, you see an arm has sprouted out of the ceiling, caught it, and is in the process of retracting back in the ceiling.
I think even Trip kind of looks at Replica and he's like, "Okay, that was pretty cool."
Make a note of that in case we ever want to break into this place, though.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it because I'm just drinking. I missed all of it.
How are you not? Don't light a match here. You will explode.
You say this as Trip is like trying to light his cigarette pretty quick.
Literally, like backhand the lighter out of your hand.
I come over and snap, and it sparks, and it lights.
You're gonna blow us all up. Either stop drinking turpentine or stop snapping your fingers. One of the two.
You're like, man, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I've backhanded Trip's lighter out of his hand, and then you walk over and go, "Here you go." I'm like, God, stop! Jesus Christ, people! I don't want to die on the ride home.
The driver calls from the back, or from the front rather, and just goes, "You won't catch fire. There's a state-of-the-art fire suppression system in here."
Did you see? You
I
didn't see
don't
how
want
much
to get
turpentine
blown
this guy.
either.
Didn't see how much turpentine this guy has downed. I'm surprised he's. How are you still alive?
The driver glances back, looks at the bottle, and shrugs. "Oh, that stuff's pretty good."
My man. Just downing some more.
Wow, I thought it was hard to look him in the eyes before. Now they're kind of doing this crisscrossy thing because he's drunk. It's like an even weirder blank stare. Now he's got like a wall-eyed blank stare going because his eyes are going different directions while he's drunk. It's just like,
Now instead of blank stare, it's droop stare.
yeah.
There you go.
All
I'm
right.
just like looking at him like, okay, wait, which eye should I be looking at here right now? Because which one's focusing? Which it's
Just pick one, man. Just pick one.
It wouldn't surprise me if blank, just due to the way he is, just has a implant that processes the alcohol out of him, which is why
Probably.
he drinks the shittiest stuff ever, because it takes a metric ton of it to get him buzzed.
I think if we're going with that, it was since he's owned, it was installed without his knowledge
sense.
or consent.
without his consent. Yeah.
Because that fits too. Because I was kind of going for that Ghost in the Shell character, and there's a scene where he's sitting there drinking, and they're talking about how they can't get drunk because the cybernetics process the alcohol too fast.
Yeah. All right.
Well, here's the thing. Can you see with your eyes, like put my hand over his eyes? Can you see if, like, when your eyes are closed, can you actually sense things?
Yes.
Really?
He
Yeah.
closes his eyes and all he sees is a readout that says blood alcohol content, 0.01%.
I just watch it like it was really high, but it just like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Like,
I want to
shit.
take like a bandage out of my pack. I'm gonna take a bandage, like wrap it around his eyes to see if I really want to see if he can move around and stuff with his eyes.
And I'll navigate the back of the limo while we're doing this.
So like I'll take it. I'm gonna wrap it around and then I'll tuck it in and then I'll reach in my pocket and get a marker and I'm gonna draw little like smiley eyes on the outside, just so it's not too strange to look at him. Be like, okay, I want to see how far you can get with this. This should be fun.
All right, and I get up, I walk over, and I pick up my jug, and take a swig, set it back down, and then go sit down next to Trip, and light him another cigarette.
Oh yeah, your eyes are probably seeing through your eyelids, through the the blindfold. You're just like, yeah, I can totally see. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, this is less creepy than that blank stare you've been giving me.
If that works for you, man.
And I'm talking like. Hang on, I'm going to bed.
So I'm going to take this opportunity, since we're about an hour and 20 minutes in, to give us a 10-minute respite to restroom and whatnot. And then we can come back and hear all about how you guys dig that hole deeper.
So yeah, I'm talking like friendly eye, like like cartoon eye.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, we'll be back.
A lot less creepy than staring him in the blank dead looking eye that he's been normally has.
Well, he has robot eyes. It's kind of expected. All right, we'll be right back. welcome back to the second hour of the Sprawl Subversion Operation Panther. We're gonna jump right back in. You guys have been dropped off to whatever places you've wanted to be dropped off to start doing your research. I know Replica was gonna go talk to their exotic animal specialist friend.
Yes.
If you want to do that, or if someone else wants to jump in before that, you're more than welcome to. By all means.
Let's start with Replica. I want to see what I want to see where this goes.
Curious.
All right, so this is my first use of the declare contact move. So let me know if how to progress.
All right. Well, first and foremost, on the easiest side of things, tell me your exotic animal specialist's name.
Morris Wilcox.
That is an interesting name indeed. I approve already.
He goes by he has the nickname Whiplash.
I don't want to know why a exotic animal specialist has the nickname Whiplash, but I'm sure I'm about to find out. How is it that Replica and Whiplash met each other?
I think that Replica had a job that involved a person who likes exotic animals, in particular, like snakes and spiders. So Replica, they stopped by Morris for a consultation about it to make sure that these are the spiders that are dangerous. These are the snakes that are dangerous. Be very careful with them.
Yeah, avoid these.
Yes. This one, this is a constrictor, so as long as you don't put it around your neck, you're going to be okay. But this one's venomous.
So was that the last time you saw Whiplash, or was there something in the intervening?
I think that I've developed kind of a friendship, or kind of a reserved friendship with him. And we don't hang out much, but occasionally we hang out and I'll visit him at his, his boring part of his job at the Sanford Tokyo Zoo.
Nice.
Sponsored by Jetafix.
What is the current complication in Whiplash's life?
Whiplash has a managed addiction to painkillers.
Oh, you all can visit him all you want. Well, maybe not blank stare, because he has an addiction to getting shot, which might include a painkiller addiction, so you never know. Wait, no, he's a masochist. He wants to actually feel the pain, so definitely doesn't have a painkiller addiction.
No. And more of an aversion, really.
Yeah. Awesome. So do a hit the street and see what happens when you call him up.
All right. Hit the street is style. So there we go. That is 7.
Oh, that is technically a success.
All
The
right.
street. Choose 2 from your list, choose 2 from the list. It's going to cost extra. It's going to take time to put together. Well, first of all, tell me what you're actually wanting from. And you've changed your picture again. Tell me what you want from Whiplash.
So Replica changes look quite a lot. Right now, she's going for high fem.
Oh, okay.
And Blank is very aroused.
Be professional here.
Okay, I'll pay you $50 an hour.
Blake doesn't scream professional unless a gun is involved.
Well, I mean,
And even then doesn't seem to scream professional.
he was the one that said, "Hey, be professional." I'm pretty sure Blank and I were happy to just stare and ogle.
I mean, I'm
So
always good with staring, obviously.
This is where the being professional and treating people like people comes into play. With a heavy stare at Max.
Gotcha.
Well,
Sorry.
you guys don't have to be together. This is the one advantage of this is
Yeah.
you can all be separate.
Yeah.
This conversation just happened at some point
Yeah.
when we were in the car. It's just a conversation. It's a flashback to a conversation. It's blank stare flashing back to the conversation that happened when we first saw.
When y'all got in the car, Blank and Max were just like,
We were looking at each other, and Blank's like, and then Replica's like, "Hey, let's be professional," and I'm like, "Okay, $50 an hour."
Unprofessional and insulting.
Sorry.
So, what are your two
All right,
choices?
So, what I'm trying to get from
Also,
from one,
actually, before we get that, what is everyone's bid for the mission?
Oh,
I'm going all in on Car Panthers.
So, 2, 3.
Remind me, what's the bid do?
The bid is how much cred you are putting in as your part of the mission, and will dictate A, if it's more than 2, how much people already know about you guys' existence, and B, how much you get paid out at the end because you picked pays well, triples what you put in.
what was the max?
3 is the max.
Right, then 3.
All right.
all right. So we're in the same position we were last time.
Yep.
All right.
So go ahead with your
Yeah.
what you're trying to get out of Whiplash, and then choose what complications you want to go with it.
Sure. Let's see. Bring the complications back up. All right. So, what I'm trying to get from Whiplash is the loan of one of the animal transport vehicles that the zoo has.
Mhm.
So it'll basically have a bunch of cages and things like that inside for transporting animals of different sizes. Be a fairly not armored or anything, but it's a heavy, large vehicle with San Fran Tokyo Zoo on the side.
So I'm gonna make a out of game GM option as well. You could say that theoretically your Whiplash either may A, know that, or may A, be called upon Genetifics as a potential. You could come up with the idea that maybe they're transporting the all of the items out of the research facility to somewhere else, or well, admittedly, we'll see from the complications you choose, but
basically the idea is Max was concerned about transporting the animals and containing them.
Mhm.
So I wanted to basically handle that aspect of things with the loan of some equipment from Whiplash.
Okay. So what complications are you going for here?
All right.
And for reference for everyone, because Your bid cred, your legwork clock is at 6, and your action clock is at 3.
All right. So I think that I want to go with the needs help with something, definitely.
Okay.
And cost you extra, I think.
All right.
I don't want to get that extra attention right now.
So I'm gonna say, it will cost you 2 cred. Whiplash is like, hey, long time no see. How come you haven't been out to the zoo in a little while? It's been, we have this whole new exhibit. You should have come and seen it. And I hear Genetifics is going to actually be bringing some things to show off at some point, I think in the next week or so, but I'm not sure.
Is
come
that
by.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Life comes at you fast, and got involved with a thing, a week or two ago that kind of pulled me out of pocket for a while, and I'm sorry I missed the last, that last show.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, what's going on?
Well, I was hoping I could make I could call upon you for a little bit of assistance. Got a thing coming up that it's kind of up your alley with some animals. You may have heard of them. They might be intended to visit sometime soon. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, eh?
Yes, hypothetically, and would be interested in making a loan or borrowing some of your equipment to safely transport animals so that they are unharmed and minimally distressed in the course of events.
Well, I've got a vehicle that is perfectly suited for that. It's do my job in half the time, but with the big push coming through, I can't really let it out without some favor to help me recoup the costs that are be delayed from any other transports I need to make. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue if you can help out. Also, this job you've got, it wouldn't happen to involve certain prototypes that I think made the news last week. I know Genetifics is working on a couple of things. Like I said, they're coming by this week with a bit of a show and tell that they're doing for some shareholders. I was told they're locking down the zoo and it's going to be this big gala affair.
Well, hypothetically, we're just speaking in hypotheticals at the moment. Things in the news from Genetifics are very interesting. Very very on my mind.
I heard something about a car panther.
I have as well. It sounds pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So, as far as the monetary stuff, I've got some compensation for you on that end,
Mm-hmm.
to help keep you above above water.
Yeah, 2 crud should make it so that I can have that truck ready for you, no problem, and not have too much disruption to my own things going on.
Yeah. I will. I'll text you some or transfer you the payment for some fake jobs for the upcoming day that'll cover that.
Yeah, not a problem. One other thing though, if this does hypothetically involve the genetics, and I'm not saying it does or doesn't, but if it does, oh. If that car panther happens to fall off the truck somewhere and into my hands, it would not go amiss.
I have to say, you are not the first person to make that specific request. So I don't know if I can promise you that, but if there's something else in there that's interesting, I will see what I can do.
Yeah, I want it as a gift to this friend that I'm kind of, getting a little close to, and I think it would be perfect.
I cannot promise you the car panther. I will see what I can do.
All right. Yeah, I'll have that truck ready for you, and he sends you details of where it'll be for the next week, basically, and you see the detail about the gala event, where it's parked, and what we'll be doing there, and a couple of other things. And he says if it happens to wander away at some point, so be it.
Excellent. You are the best, man.
Yep. Keep me in mind. And if that car panther happens to wander my way, all the better.
I understand.
Cool.
All right. So then I'll make my departure.
I'm going to retitle it Operation Everyone Wants the Car Panther.
Everyone but Max.
Everyone but
Just
Max.
hates it.
I just keep rolling my eyes every time I hear Car Panther. It sounds like a bad cologne. Are you wearing Car Panther?
Oh, the Car Panther.
Yes. The ladies will
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Car Panther.
Yeah, it all came about because everyone misheard me saying Guard Panther.
Did not mishear.
Okay, one person misheard me say Guard Panther and got addicted. So I had to make it happen. So until he either A, gets the Car Panther, or B, something else happens, you're going to be at a -1 for hitting the streets for the foreseeable future.
I'll be right back. I gotta run in. Something's stuck in my teeth. 2 seconds.
All right.
You guys do your legwork. The Trip and Blank do some legwork.
I can hit him with something else, but I can't promise him the car panther. I told him that.
Well, that's what he wants, man.
He's an exotic animal collector. He probably has a big list of things he wants.
Yeah, and the Car Panther's at the top of that list.
Everybody wants it.
Yep.
So when I am sharing this with the rest of the team, I am very sure to emphasize how much Whiplash wants the Car Panther.
Oh, I was figuring you were going to strategically leave that out, but okay.
Oh, no, because I'm ragging on Trip.
Trip like angrily finishes and throws down a cigarette and kind of stomps it on. He's like, "Here's the list of destinations and/or futures for the Car Panther." Option 1, I receive a car panther. Option 2, my boss receives a car panther. Option 3, we kill the car panther. Option 4, the car panther goes to this asshole with the truck.
Your boss wants it too?
I don't even respond. I just have those eyes that are just like, don't ask me about this.
Oh,
Blank is silently laughing behind him.
Hey, Blank, if you're not going to shoot my boss, why don't you shoot yourself?
Both could be arranged.
I have expected Blank to be like, I could kill the car panther.
Secretly, Blank kind of wants it too.
That's option 3. Third option.
He's just not saying anything about it.
All right, so what else is everyone up to? You know, you have some vague rumors of the Genetics Gala event. You don't know if they're going to be shown off there, but they are showing something off there, and it is a zoo.
I want to go check out the Genetics warehouse. I want to go, like, stake it out. Trip's really, he's trying hard on this mission.
All right. It's a research and development facility. You're more than welcome. I assume you're going to do an assess, unless you want to do a research.
I think I drive my car down there, and in the side seat is like a stuffed, like, kind of like cat that I have, like, I'm keeping in there just to kind of like see how I like it and to kind of like test in the space and like see how it goes.
Hashtag not suspicious at all.
Assess.
So. Nice. Trip. All right. You have 3 hold, of which, for the time being, you can hang on to it or spend it at any time to ask me a question from the list on the SS list.
Can you give me just a quick rundown of those questions? Like
what potential complication do I need to be aware of? What do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? How is Blank vulnerable to me? How can I avoid trouble or hide here? What is my best way in or out? What is my best way in, way out, or way past? Where can I gain the most advantage? Who or what is my biggest threat in this situation? Or who or what is in control here?
Okay. I want to use 1 to figure out the best way in. Like if there's like some sort of like service entrance or like something that we could use with this big truck in mind.
All right. So describe this research facility to me. That isn't. Oh, it's a giant open plaza that just has everything out and available to you.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's probably, since it's a research facility, they probably have some security measures.
All right. But
since they're doing like animal and genetic stuff, I think there's got to be some sort of like service yard for like the deliveries of all the sort of like specialized stuff they need. And I don't think that Genetics is quite like big enough like Alpha X's to have it all be like vertically integrated. So they have to use some at least outside like suppliers for some of the things they need.
All right. So you're saying this facility has a service entrance? Is it a exterior? Is it like a ground level? Is it an underground? Is it?
Yeah, I think there's like a little like service yard dock where they have deliveries and like shipments made. And so there's like a gate around it, and then you kind of like it goes under, and then there's a dock underneath the building.
Okay. I can see it as something like there's a maglev line that runs right behind it. They practically get a delivery that'll show up and then literally dump it and it'll slide into the loading dock.
Yeah.
And get picked up there. Okay, so how is it vulnerable?
I think that the vulnerability is that because they have like outside suppliers coming in and out, the security at that one entrance is like. There's still security there, but it's just not the same level as like everything else because
they're more likely to flag stuff through just because stuff passes through it all the time.
Yeah. when I'm staking it out, I notice that there are like occasionally trucks that roll up that aren't just like Geneta Fix, like branded trucks that are coming in for deliveries, and like, they have like a coffee like delivery service that comes and brings in all those like big like tankards of coffee for all the scientists and stuff.
Nice.
All
right, so you now have a good eye on the facility. You got a couple of weird looks from passersby who look at your car and are like, "Why is there a stuffed animal in the passenger seat? That looks really weird." But nobody out of the ordinary kind of says anything. Everything's pretty much cool. The facility kind of looks vaguely on edge, but not to the point to which they're like, locking anything down. They're just sort of, when you do see the guards at the service entrance do a check, they're pretty thorough about it, but you see it's like 1 in every 4 trucks. It's not every single one, but when they do, they stop that car and they're just like, whoa, okay, let's check the underside, open up the back doors, whole 9 yards.
So you're telling me we need to get 4 trucks?
There's that possibility, but you have one at your disposal.
And then I also want to use the what's the threat? Like there's one that's the biggest threat or the
biggest threat. So as you've been watching the facility, it's not necessarily at the service yard entrance, but you spend a little time, and as you're watching the lobby area, you'll see the guards do rounds as normal. But you'll also see they have an animal companion with them most of the time. Or, not most of the time, about half the time they'll have an animal companion with them. The windows are a little bit too tinted to give a good idea of what it is. But suffice it to say, it is, I would say, bear-sized. And walks around at like cat-like grace.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm gonna save the last hold for now then. Unless there's anything else we really want to know. Okay.
All right. Of which I have now noted down bear-cat security animal.
You're muted, Jim. That was my high school mascot, was the bear cat.
Oh, nice.
Now I gotta go kill it.
Maybe. Theoretically, maybe not. Jim, you're muted? Okay, good. Just making sure.
We're speaking to the Wi-Fi.
Aha. Blank, are you gonna do any legwork? Since all y'all seem to be rolling really well, and I know Blank is king at rolling really terribly.
It just sucks because I rolled really well in our last game, in our Star Wars game. But,
that's true.
What do we have so far for the building layout? Do we have anything?
So you know that it has a service yard entrance that is relatively vulnerable because it gets checked like 1 in every 4 times. It gets regular truck deliveries, regular maglev deposits, and the main entrance area has a regular patrol, of which half the time has this like graceful bear-sized animal with the patrol.
Now, we were saying that they're not as large as some of the other corporations. Are they contracting out their security? Would we know that, or is that something I could find out?
If they were contracting out their security, they'd be contracting out to GP, but you did not see any GP logos, or Trip did not see any GP logos when he was looking.
Okay, because I would have some contact. That's what I was going for, because I'd have some contacts with GP potentially.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of imagining this building laid out less like vertical office, tower, and more like, Jurassic Park style, long and, maybe like a like a couple of giant, almost like a couple of giant hangars, type buildings where, it's just a long, like from the outside, it just looks like a giant, like long building, but inside they have different areas that are like pens and habitats. Like they're, like on the inside, it's a little bit Jurassic Park like in that they've built habitats for these, for their base creatures and their tweaked creatures because they know that's the only way that they'll breed and survive.
So, not to steal stuff from my work, but I see that as kind of...
Where am I looking?
Discord.
Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe like exactly like this. So, for anybody watching, if we have anybody watching, we're looking at what is this building?
That is the design schematics for the new NVIDIA building.
Buildings.
One of which they finished. The other one they haven't started yet.
Right.
They're kind of triangular. They're triangular shaped with little smaller triangles built into the design because it's NVIDIA and graphics.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is this like? I mean, we can almost use this. Is that there's these two different buildings that are habitats that we don't have internal habitats. We just don't have a layout of what habitat is where now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could do some legwork and find out, see if I can get a layout.
Although, I don't know if it was brought up before you stepped away, you do know that there is a potential that they could be shipping the animals out of the building.
Shipping them out.
To a gala event. You don't know the details of the gala event other than it's happening, but...
That means we just have to do this before the gala event.
Yeah.
Or intercept.
Or intercept them on the way to the gala event, or take them at the gala event.
Yeah.
What if we take the animals, the genetic ones, and replace them with normal animals of that type, so that the gala event they're just totally embarrassed when there's a normal-sized giraffe, and
okay. I love the plan. Now, Trip, get us a regular-sized giraffe.
It's like, I mean, there's the market down the street.
Yeah. Do you have a regular-sized giraffe in your back pocket there?
My back pocket? I mean, it's a regular giraffe. They don't fit in the back pocket. Come on now.
That's crazy talk.
Did you get us a regular-sized giraffe today?
Take more.
Maybe not today.
Okay. Yeah. So let's skip trying to embarrass the company. How's that sound? Is it okay with everybody?
Fine.
I mean, I'm all for it. I love the idea. I love the gumption. I love the idea of embarrassing them. I just don't happen to have like regular sized panthers and
What kind of fixer are you?
The kind that pushes drugs, you dummy.
Oh.
You want to get high? I'm your man. You want a panther? Give me a day, baby. You want a panther and a hyena and a hippo and a giraffe? Fucking Steve Irwin. You can't just pull.
You said that.
Oh, mate, let me just pull this out of my pants. What was? You're muted, Shane.
Oops.
Maybe he's intentionally muted.
He lost connection sort of there.
He looks confused.
And he broke something.
And we can't hear him.
Technical difficulties.
Pebcack. Now he's muted in 2 places. Try refreshing, man. F5, man. F5. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Oh, there we go.
And we lost him. That
He was eaten by the hippo.
terrible DSL.
That hungry.
Hey, wait. Oh,
Oh.
I just got your network is blocking Tri-Mobile? Anybody else get that error?
I did
Nope.
too. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, I did too.
Wait. Hey, he's back.
But can we hear him?
No, we can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
He's
Robot.
whoa. Who
Yeah,
is
you're-
on your internet downloading something?
Did I mess up the camera location?
This is amazing. So enthralled by watching him speak, and then the words come out 3 minutes later in broken like. Go tell your roommate to stop downloading porn.
Yeah.
My sister? I don't know how I feel about that.
Boston. Excuse the technical difficulties for a second as we work this out. I have one more drink left, which is peach. So, in the interim, what other legwork are you guys going to be doing while we wait for Shane to get back?
Trying to think what I could do. I don't know if there's much I can contribute to this one.
Well-
Legwork wise.
You always have the option of declaring a contact. You could know literally anyone.
Because I was going for the security angle. Well, I could know somebody who works security over here. No. Nope.
Can you
I
hear
mean-
us okay? Just nod if you can hear us okay.
Okay. Wow, that is a delay.
That is a delay. Like, it was like 5 seconds between you saying that you nodding.
I don't know.
It's like talking to Wally.
I'm gonna mute him because let me know if he
Bye.
bye-bye.
Woo!
Wally.
That's not what I wanted.
Okay, so let's say I could roll. I do have a contact that I've got queued up, picture-wise.
I really wish it would not snap to edges. There we go. Fuck it.
I have no idea.
Until he gets back, I do at least have that set up. Now I'm much smaller in my frame. I gotta work on my framing on the when we have all 5 of us again.
Well,
I'll do some legwork after Mike's there.
I definitely would like to try to also. I mean, I guess it depends. If I could get, I'm trying to get a layout.
Well, I think so. I would think it wouldn't be weird for Blank to actually know somebody who works security at Genetics.
Oh yeah, I totally
Yeah.
see that happening. You seem to be the one who rolls in the security circles. And
Mhm.
speaking from experience, those circles are really tight knit.
Cool.
It is
Yeah,
a very
that- no,
small
it would
world.
definitely
In
be-
the,
Well, probably a lot of because like ex-military
yeah.
guys doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, let me go ahead and roll contact, I guess.
Well, you can declare automatically.
Oh, can I? All right, cool.
Yeah, you can declare, and then I get to ask you questions about who they are and what they do and what their problems are, and then you do hit the street, and then we dig you deeper into the problem.
Perfect. All right, well, that's her. I just sent you a picture. I don't know if you want to share that stream-wise.
Okay.
We're coming up with a name.
So Replica seems to be the only one generating male contacts here. Unless Morris is a female.
No, Morse is a man.
Okay, just make sure.
There is a picture of him up on the Trello board.
Oh,
He's-
okay, cool. This one.
Oh no.
Ah, I like the Simon picture. Not quite how I envision him, but that's totally how I envision
Oh,
more.
Lord. That's not it. There we go.
Sorry, wasn't what I was thinking about. It was the Simon song that creeped me out.
Yeah, those are just like quick things. So
Yeah.
place them as appropriate.
Yep. All right. So,
Right.
what is her name?
Right. I use the artist's name, Nana.
Nana.
Japanese.
I'm gonna take that last name verbatim from the name of the picture,
Perfect.
and I will figure out how to pronounce that later.
Shuriken?
No.
Is that which one?
Jibuadzi.
Okay, yeah, he's the artist name. I like that.
Okay. Carrie at Genetics.
So she's old Black Ops buddy. We used to be in the same unit. Oh, and we've done some dirty deeds that don't bear repeating, but not of the fun kind.
Right. Let me look
But
at your.
the big question is, were they done dirt cheap?
Well, I mean, it was government contract, so probably yes.
Was she involved in the Green Earth Society?
Oh yeah, she was. I think so.
All right, she was your lookout and was the one who evac'd you when that happened.
Yeah. And after that, she left because I think that was a GP contract. And after that, she kind of severed ties with GP and went more into security because she had a bad taste in her mouth from that too. And we stayed in touch, but it's after that experience, we're both kind of, we send each other Christmas cards and the occasional, hey, how's it going? But we don't usually meet as much anymore.
All right. You know that she is a regular contractor for Genetics nowadays. She's not necessarily in on the. You don't know necessarily if she's in at that research facility, since Genetics has. She could be in the main HQ building in downtown in the fancy all glass building, but you're not quite sure. You just have heard that she's been in and out of Genetics facilities off and on for the past year. What is her is the Greener Society incident her biggest wrench in the situation right now, or she got something else going on?
I don't think that would be her biggest wrench. I mean, she probably has something else going on. That wouldn't be a wrench necessarily. That's enough of ancient. I mean, that's far enough in the past now that it's just a bad memory for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we meet, it kind of stirs that up a little bit. We've been trying to get past it, but it's always gonna be a thing that's there.
Okay.
Real quick, let's actually get back and working.
Shane, do you sound like a robot again?
I think it's working. Do I sound like a robot?
You don't sound like a robot.
Wildly delayed.
Yeah, your audio is, or your video is delayed from your audio somewhat, but at least you don't sound like a robot, so it's not so bad.
Apparently, my internet is dying.
There we go. Now you're back to normal.
Hey,
Back.
hey. Okay.
Tell Kate to stop downloading stuff.
Yeah. You have a roommate? Family roommate?
I live with my fiance.
Tell her to stop downloading porn while you're trying to stream.
I'm sure that's what she's doing.
Yeah, totally.
Or tell her to stop streaming, Flip or Flop, or, Vegas or whatever.
That's more likely.
Yes.
All right, so you reach out to Nana. What? Roll your hit the streets.
Right.
Give me some reason to move the legwork phase. Or
This
move the
is-
legwork clock.
Edge, correct?
Hit the streets, I believe is edge.
I
No,
don't
it's
remember. I had
style.
an ability. Oh, is it style?
It
Oh,
is
okay.
style, unless you have an
What's
ability
my-
that changes that.
I'm trying to remember. I know I had something. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I looked at it. Oh no, that's hardball. Okay. Style. I don't think. No, I don't have any.
Hardball is when you're threatening to murder someone and you actually plan to murder them if they don't do what you want to do.
Yep, and that sounds like me.
Yeah. 8. God damn, you guys and rolling good. You also get 2 from the list. But kind of let me know what you're aiming for, and I will.
I mean, I'm hoping that she either works at that facility or currently, or has contacts that could help us out.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Layout would be good. Security schedules would be good. Anything that would help us get in and out. I could see myself playing the angle as we don't want to hurt any of our people. So
Okay.
we're tight enough that I could actually disclose what we're doing, and she wouldn't report.
All right. If I see you guys as that close, pick the 2 things. You have the. Is it going to cost you extra? Is it going to take some time to put together? Which is going to be. I have an idea if you pick that one, but that's kind of all the options you get for hit the street. That feels like the most cop out option.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Although I have an idea. I totally have an idea for that one. If you do choose that. The request attracts unwanted attention, complications or consequences, or the contact needs help.
I feel like she'll probably need help, and it's probably going to cost me extra. That's what I feel. I mean, I just feel like
everyone goes for those 2.
Well, because I mean, it's her job. She'll help me out, but it's not gonna be free.
Oh wait,
and she needs something in return.
For reference, and something you should note down when you're doing the style roll for hit the streets. You are currently at a -1. You still made it because you still got a 7, but you're at a -1 for what's her face, the doctor.
Oh yeah, because we didn't do anything for her. We should. We didn't turn her down explicitly.
Well, we also haven't done anything for her or fixed your arm.
Yeah, Okay, good point.
But you're still at 7, so it doesn't matter too much.
Can I just put that in the when I roll? Can I just stick that in the forward or whatever? As a -1?
Yeah, you just do a -1 in the forward.
Cool.
So, let's make my brain work here.
I kind of wish the roller. I mean, the roller's cool, but I wish it would give you a total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am having to do math, but it's not that hard. I forget if there might be a reason for it, because I know with things like that other one, Blades in the Dark, they do it where the individual die matters, not the total. So, yeah. So you reach out to Nana, and you find out that she is actually working the facility right now. She got called in because of the gala event going on. They are beefing up security. They're also doing a lot of extra. They're bringing a lot of extra resources on site to make sure that the animals are guarded for the transport out, since they're all technically unique, other than the ones that are, multiples of the same type, but they are the only ones in existence at the moment. She was brought on specifically to facilitate the transfer to the gala event. Cost extra. She lets you know that she wouldn't have an issue. She knows you guys are tight. You go way back. She'll happily pass on that information for the right, sum of money to make sure that she can hide the transfer that information out of the system to you. She says that, oh yeah, I can pass on a layout of the facility. It's a pretty dull facility, all things considered. All we're doing is guarding these kind of. She has this like disdain voice in her that you seem to sense. Someone else has this kind of disdain for these weird animals. Oh yeah, Max kind of sounds like this. Of just, they're just pets for rich people.
Disdain for the animals. It's the name Car Panther. Okay, bathtub hippo probably follows close in second.
But she just has this utter disdain. She's like, you get the feeling she's working the job just because Genetics is paying her a goodly sum of money to be there. But to make sure that she can cover her tracks, she'll need a little bit of extra cash to cover it. Knowing your background, she's like, oh, there is a thing I need that I think you might be able to help out with. There's, we'll call it, I mean, I could probably do it too. We both came from the same unit at all, but if I remember correctly back in the day, you were a lot better at it than I was. Especially at making sure that it was nice and clean. Well, most of the time. Our last incident notwithstanding.
Yeah, well,
There's a Shinvex like associate who's been hounding on me the past few months. He seems to not be able to take the hint. Can you make sure that he gets the hint? I don't mind if he happens to never be able to call me again. One way or the other, if he just sort of vanishes, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm sure I can do that.
And she texts you the details and is like, "Yeah, I'll get you that information later today, no problem."
All right.
Is this person someone I would know?
So when he gets the eventual information, you know him to be in the opposition faction to you.
So he's not the CEO, or he's not the board member who wants the Car Panther.
No, he's not the board member who wants the Car Panther.
Are they friends? Could this be like done as a double hit? Like,
no.
Okay.
That'd be too good.
I'm trying.
He's actually someone at your level.
Okay.
But in the opposition faction that's against your
anti-space movement.
Anti-space movement.
Space.
Yeah, he's in the pro-space camp.
Idiot.
All right. Well, I guess I can kill this guy then.
And she also
What's it gonna cost
mentions she gives you details vaguely of the name and the information she has. She doesn't know where he lives, but she does know that he's on the guest list for the gala event, and that after the gala event, he's likely going to be going up to the C-squared space station for the next several months.
Does she have the security details for the gala event?
Well, of course she does, since she's leading that security detail.
Oh, I don't want to screw her over, though. Because we could just, what if a panther got loose and killed this guy? It'd be bad publicity for the animals in general, which would make them more rare, which would make our boss even happier that he gets to have them.
What if we waited to kill this guy until he got to the space station and just blew up the entire space station? That seems like the best option here.
I think that
you do what you want to do. That's a little outside the realm of what I do.
What if we not overthink it and just get the fuck on with collecting up, his shopping list of weirdo creatures?
Someone's just trying to kill 2.5 birds with one stone.
He's trying to kill 2.5 planets with one stone, but that's fine, you know.
It's like, Trip's like gets angry. He's like, no, I'm trying to save the planet.
By hacking it, by blowing up a space station?
Do you have any idea how bad space exploration is for the planet?
It doesn't affect the planet at all.
Trip hits a little button on his communicator, and like this like huge like collection of files that's like terabytes of information starts downloading to your communicator. Like just like a flood of files and like video clips and information.
Holy crap! Wait, I hit like pause. You think there's 2 shooters on the grassy knoll? Come on.
And he's accidentally also forwarded like the "Welcome to the Flat Earth Society" pamphlet.
Yeah, and I'm like, right. And the space shuttle Challenger was Russians, and no, yeah. You just like let it go, and I'll just like move it to the trash when it gets done.
Max, you have a flair for really, really old conspiracies.
You didn't hear a lot of stories from my grandfather. What can I say? He was a conspiracy nut too.
So I will give you.
Well.
I will give you +1 hold, ongoing anytime you are dealing with either the security patrols or the basic layout of the building. I'll give you a +1 hold for that.
You know about? You know about Will?
Sure. Or no, Will. Yeah.
No.
Will.
Yep.
I mean, I'll
What
take
the
it.
F? No, Trip don't get shit.
All right.
Well,
so
Trip still has
I got-
a hold question and got the. I mean, you guys get the bonus for going through the service yard entrance, and you know about the security animal.
I hate to point this out, but it's like after midnight here on the East Coast.
Yep, I was gonna wrap it up with unless. Do we have any other legwork?
how much money do I owe her?
Same thing. It's 2.
3. Oh, all right. I have 3 left. Cool.
I was thinking about doing one, but I mean, we can wait until next time if you're okay with.
If you need to bounce out, I can wrap up now. Otherwise, we can do the last one.
I definitely need to wrap up myself.
All right, then
yeah.
Let's wrap up for the evening, and we can save it for next week. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. It's been an awesome evening. Surprisingly, the clocks haven't moved at all, other than when you all bid cred. So, I need to throw some hard stuff at you.
No. We'll fuck it up next week. Don't worry.
Yeah. And we have so many complications that are going to show up during the action phase already.
Well, I mean, you guys have to roll bad for those complications to show up. So
We
keep
did.
rolling good, and I have to stop dishing out bonuses here because it's hurting me. I'm not getting all the fun stuff. Heck, half the stuff that went bad at the last mission was just because y'all ordered food. Had you not ordered food, half the stuff wouldn't have changed. Because he didn't give specific instructions. He pressed the button and it all went bad.
That's good.
So, let me look at my calendar here. So, 2 weeks from now, Wednesday is going to be the Wednesday after Christmas. The 27th. I know my week isn't going to be that busy, but I know it is also a holiday week for most everyone, and most everyone is likely to be not working, but I can't speak for if anyone's actually doing anything that week, so...
I will be in the 50th state. Hawaii.
Alaska.
What?
Oh, wait. 49th? I don't know
49th.
now. I'm going to be in Hawaii. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Do we want to try for the 20th, or do we want to aim for the 3rd? Because I'm fine with back-to-back weeks of playing if it works around the holidays. If not, we can push it back to the 3rd, and I can play Destiny for 2 weeks.
I'm good with the 3rd.
20th or not.
Just because I don't know what the next couple of weeks during the holidays is going to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my boss is supposed to come in town next week sometime, so there's a chance we might try to do that game night because he hasn't been able to join in.
Okay.
But I also know some other people are gonna be out, so I'm not really sure what the plan is yet for next week.
So I will option the next 2 weeks. If anyone's around, we can hang out, play games. I can run little small side things. We can do other legwork stuff. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll play Destiny or some other game, whatever comes up, and keep getting my stream time in there. So I will tentatively pen us in as the 3rd will be our next official game day. And then everything in between can be unofficial, whatever we need. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm Steel Seraph literally everywhere. If it's Steel Seraph, it's likely me. Follow on Twitch, follow on YouTube. Just come and hang out and chat. Will, where can people find you? And tell everyone good night.
Good night, everybody. You can basically find me here. I am on Twitter. I'm not super active, but you can find me at blanks821 or on here. That's about it for now. Eventually, I want to do some more stuff, but we'll see whenever that happens.
Oops. Did I press the button twice? Oh, nope, I only pressed it once. Alright, cool. Jim, tell everyone where they can find you and say goodbye to everyone.
Good night, Gracie. That's funny if anybody knows it. So
Good night, Jim Bob.
Do you know what Good Night Gracie's from?
No, I have no idea. I just know that one clip
George
from
Burns
Family Guy.
He used to say Good Night, Gracie. George Burns would look at his wife and say, tell her, say Good Night, Gracie, and she'd look at the camera and go, Good night, Gracie.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen that.
It's one of the original, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm VidWizard, VIDD Wizard, everywhere. Twitter, here, local diner, wherever you might want to. If you see VidWizard, it's probably me. And you'll find me here doing something. So yeah, had a ball. Go ahead, Shane. You're on.
Yep.
You can find Trip at Earth's Trip West. He's been a little busy on the Twitters. He hasn't been very busy on Twitter because he's been kind of busy in real life. But eventually he'll get the hang of it and start getting you some of those terabytes of information that he gave to the Max. Yeah.
Cool. And
Jimmy?
Replica, close us out.
Yeah. I'm James. I don't even have internet, so I can't be found anywhere. So have a good night, everybody.
All right, have a good one. As I said, check us out next week for whatever I end up doing. It'll probably be gaming of some variety. Otherwise, we'll be back on the 3rd for more of the Sprawl Subversion. Everyone have a lovely night.